All right, sorry, I got a call halfway through and it cut off my video. So we're gonna go back. We're here, we're rotating. Shoulders are down, backs are straight. And I'm turning my hips out of the way so that I can not hit myself in the face. So we've got this nice rotation, this nice weight shifting. We're gonna do the other side. Same thing, shoulders are down, back is straight. We come out and around. If this bothers your shoulders, you can bring your elbow out and in a little more, although that kind of, to me anyway, bothers my shoulders more. I'd rather keep my elbows still. This is good for coordination. This is gently and softly moving your muscles and ligaments and tendons in your shoulder around without weight and without impact. So it's getting fluid and heat to the area, nutrients to the area, bringing away waste, which is all helpful for shoulder and joint health. Also, because of how we're moving our hips, same things are happening in our hips. All right, next we're gonna do the bottom. So palm is up, we're gonna turn away like we're hiding something behind our backs, and then we're gonna untwist. So the hand is just doing this rotational movement, but we're using the whole body and turning around from the hips. You can do this seated or standing as well. You can do any of these seated or standing. We're turning from the hip, turning our whole body, our whole torso goes. Good, then other side, we turn away and back. If you notice that your foot is walking out from underneath you, you can bring it back. Head is flat. We're looking out and away, breathing normally. All right, now we're gonna do both hands. So I am going to shift, turn from the hip and swing my right hand out. My right hip is the one that's turning forward. As I bring my right hip out, my left hand comes. So I'm gonna swing and rotate. If it's too much for you to do both hands, then just do one hand a couple rounds and then do the other hand a couple rounds, and that'll be fine. We're turning from the hips, rotating the whole body. Good. So next we're going to do both hands on the bottom. So both palms are up, shoulders are down. We turn away. So my forward hand is palm up, back hand is palm up. I'm going to roll and turn the other way. I always feel like I'm in the middle of a tug of war when I do this one. Shoulders are down, backs are straight, heads are up. Breathing normally. Good. All right, so now we're gonna do top to or bottom to top. So palm is up, we turn away. I'm gonna keep my shoulder down, I'm gonna raise my elbow, and I'm gonna turn forward and untwist my hand. So really my hand is still just doing this movement, but because I'm raising it and turning, it looks more involved. If you can't, sometimes if your shoulder's bothering you, you're not gonna be able to do this and keep your shoulder down, then you can just come low. So whatever works best. We're turning our bodies, rotating from the hips, shoulders are down, backs are straight, heads are flat. Then other hand, we turn, same thing, shoulder stays down, we raise our elbow and we come around. Again, if your foot starts to walk away, you can bring it back underneath. I'm on a hardwood deck, so my foot is definitely walking with me. And then we can do both sides. You don't have to do both sides. All right, so next, a little bit of more core. So we're gonna get our chairs. We're gonna work our core. So if you wanna do this lying on the floor, you can. Otherwise, use your chair. If your back bothers you, you can adjust where you are. If your back is totally fine, you're gonna sit at the edge of your chair and tilt back with your back straight and do flutter kicks. If you want to make it harder, hold your arms out. If this bothers your back, you can sit farther against your chair, or even completely against, and still do flutter kicks. It's not going to get quite as much core work, but it's better than nothing. And still, again, pull in from the abdominals so that you can really feel that tightness in your abs. So we're just going to flutter kick. We're breathing. We can hold our hands out. If you're starting to feel the burn in your abs, you can wiggle your fingers and keep going. You should also feel it in your upper thighs. Shoulders are down. So the next one we're going to do is pull our knees in and out. This one you do want to probably hold on to your chair. Good. And then shake out a little bit. Next we're going to do like the frog kick. So we come around. We're going to do 8 of these. Good. And shake out. Then we're going to go the other way. So we're going to kick out and back. And 8 again. Good. All right. So where are we? Okay. Next I want to do a little bit of leg mobility, leg work. So we're going to start standing. You don't have to stand holding on to something, but if you want to, you can. Standing next to your chair or bar or whatever you've got, and just swing your legs forward and back. And we're going to do this 10 times. Try to keep your torso straight. We're going to do our other foot. Try not to catch your foot on the floor. Just let your legs swing. Good. Then we're going to go side to side. So stand a little away from your chair, but don't tilt over on it. But you want to be able to have room to swing your leg. And 10 again on each side. Straight. Good. Let your legs swing. So same thing with all of them. You want to feel the stretch. You want to feel that mobility, but you don't want it to hurt. And you want to do it in a controlled way. So other foot. Good. So our last one for leg mobility, again, is a 2-direction thing. First, we're going to bring our leg out to the side, pick it up, and bring it in and down. So out to the side, in and down, 10 times. Back is straight. We're stacked up on this leg. And then our other leg. You don't have to hold on to anything if you don't need to, but it's always helpful because this movement does adjust our balance a little bit. Some of you may have more mobility than others. Some of you may be able to get out farther than others, or than me, or less than me. That's okay. Work within your mobility. So the second half of it is we're going to come up to the front and then out to the side and down. And we're going to do that 10 times. And then other side, we always do with both sides. You may notice that one side is a little more loose than the other, especially on this one, or has a little bit more mobility. That's fine, that's normal. We are not perfectly symmetrical, and we have injuries. Some of us have hurt ourselves or have some kind of chronic thing, so that's gonna affect our ability to move and have our bodies be happy. So that's just some basic leg mobility work. We're not gonna do the arms. We can do a little bit of arm mobility. So shoulders out to sides, down and back, palms forward. We're gonna reach up and we're gonna do this 10 times. We're breathing. Shoulders are down and back. Good. All right, then next, and this is a little weird, but it always feels really good for me. I really like doing this one. It's called serratus punches. So you're gonna take your chair, make sure it's stable, and you're gonna step back like you would do a push-up, but instead of bending with the elbows, you're gonna drop down and let your scapula slide together and then push up. You want your arms perpendicular to the floor, and we're gonna do 15 of those. Really feel the shoulder blades come in. Oops. All right, so we shake out, we'll get a little bit of stretching, and then we'll be done. So holding on to our chair, if you need the balance, we're gonna take our opposite foot and straighten up. This helps prevent us from damaging our knee. A lot of times if you grab with the same arm, people tend to pull their knee out to the side or their foot out to the side, and that puts pressure on your knee, which we do not want. So we're standing straight, stretching out that front of that leg. And then we're gonna do the other foot. Standing straight. If you have a pretty view, look out at your pretty view. If you don't, look out at whatever you're looking at it. You're breathing slowly, steadily, letting your heart rate come down a little bit. Good. Shake out our legs. We're gonna do a little bit of wrist elbow stretch. So you're gonna reach out like you're gonna shake hands, and then remember that we're not shaking hands because of the COVID. So we're gonna turn our palms away, shoulders stay down. I'm gonna take my other hand and I'm gonna pull straight back until I feel that stretch in my wrist. This is really good if you're on the computer a lot, if you read a lot, driving a lot, knit, crochet, anything that keeps your hands and wrists kind of stationary or with repetitive use. So same thing, other hand, we turn our palm away, we pull back. If you want a little bit more of a dynamic stretch than this is just a static stretch, you can make a circle with your hand, and you can do that on both sides. You want to make a slow circle, a smooth circle. If this bothers you, then just go back to your static stretch. And same thing, if you're pulled in here and that hurts too much, just release it out a little bit. So we're gonna shake our wrists. We're gonna do one other one. Same thing, like you're gonna shake hands and then you're gonna turn your palm away so that your palm is facing that same side shoulder. You're gonna take your free hand and reach around the base of your other hand, wrap your fingers around the base of your thumb. Your free thumb is gonna reach right between the bones at the base of your pinky and ring finger, and you're gonna rotate your hand so that your palm is going the wrong way towards the front of your body. If you want more of a stretch, you can rotate it more, you can drop it, and you can also do this dynamic, so you can stretch it out forward. if it's hurting, untwist, come up a little higher, whatever works. So same thing, palm is away, like you're gonna shake hands. Turn your palm toward your shoulder. Take your hand at the base, rotate that palm away, and then you can drop it. It looks like it should hurt a lot, and if you do it pleasantly, then it's a good stretch. It can hurt a lot, and it's actually a very useful wrist lock, which I have used quite effectively in the past. So we can, if we want it a dynamic stretch, we can come around. Good. So we're gonna shake, palms just rolling away, and then towards ourselves, waving away, and then we're chopping. Usually in my classes I would ask people what we're chopping, so you can think about what you're chopping. And then we're gonna wave in front of our face like we have hot food in our mouths. Like I ate my frittata too fast this morning, and it was hot, but it was delicious. All right, so I think that's it for me for today for this exercise workout. I hope you're all doing well, and I think I have 2 more to do, so hope to see you then. If you have questions, you can post on Facebook and tag me, Kia Hanning. Thanks, bye.